How fast can you cool? Fractal Design Venturi fans, not just for computers.
Oops. The R9 Fury is becoming a favorable choice for users choosing the red side, with appetite for outstanding performance without entering the pricing territory of the Fury X. One of the most appealing aspects of the R9 Fury launch is board partner range, as availability is not a concern and each Fiji HBM GPU is covered with some sort of outstanding cooler. The Asus R9 Fury Strix is on the review table today, priced around $570 US, so a $20 premium over competing Tri-X card from Sapphire or Power Color, which you can check out in the eye or in the description. The Fury Strix comes equipped with a new DirectCU 3 cooler design that looks and performs fantastic, with silver, red and black accents, plus Strix branding all over the place, like on the fans and on the backplate with that distinct owl. Notice the red elements surrounding the core. This is the GPU fortifier. Not only does it add a beautiful structure to the backplate, but it also strengthens the PCB around the core to eliminate the risk of flex in the long term, given how heavy the heatsink is. The triple fan design spans the entire heatsink instead of the dual fan on the previous generation, and the fans now provide higher static pressure and better airflow at reduced speeds, plus they shut off completely when the card is idle for totally silent runtime. The aluminum heatsink is massive, and dual 10mm heat pipes plus a few smaller ones carry the heat away from the core and add to this awesome appearance, but the entire cooler design truly shows off the thermal load potential, as the Fury Strix at load remained at 70 degrees Celsius. This is a good 5 degrees cooler than the Sapphire card, all this while operating quieter at load than the Tri-X card. Although we did notice some coil whine when frame rates went over 200, buzzing was audible coming from the GPU, and would recommend enabling VSync or FreeSync to eliminate such high FPS that causes this GPU whine. And it looks like the large and heavy cooler design pays off, both in the temperature department and noise. The card is just over 12 inches, so it's not intended for ITX builds, and for those interested in a really compact form factor, well, there's the R9 Nano. The card requires dual 8-pin for power, with accompanying LEDs to indicate if a proper connection is made when PCI Express cables are plugged in, and power consumption is actually lower than the reference GPU, not by a lot, but it looks like this quality component selection that Asus is doing here is paying off on all fronts. For the I/O, we have the standard triple display port, a single HDMI 1.4 and DVI out. Now, the default clocks for the Fury Strix is 1000 MHz on the core, just as on the reference, but an overclock mode is available through the GPU Tweak utility that boosts the core whole disappointing only 20 MHz, and the Strix has no problem keeping the core at 1020 MHz at all time. And now, with everything out of the way, here are the benchmarks. So as you saw, the core frequencies are only a tiny bit higher than reference, with just marginally better performance across the board, and overclocking is limited, but we were able to push the core to 1107 MHz, which brings it right below the more expensive Fury X, and you gotta wonder if this overclocking limitation is just in place to keep some separation between the Fury line cards. But the Fury Strix is a beautiful card with great thermal and acoustic delivery, one that offers marginal overclocking but enough to close the gap between the flagship card. The R9 Fury currently occupies the price to performance spot that is not filled by anything from the green side, and the Strix edition from Asus deserves the Hardware Canucks Damn Good Award. I'm Dmitry with Hardware Canucks, thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one.